Hello guys, I'm finally back and, well, I'm not all SpongeBob, so I'm gonna do the top 10 best Steven Universe episodes of all time, because this is one of my favorite shows, and what better way of honoring this great show than doing the best episodes about it. So, here I am, starting off the list. Kicking off the list at number 10, I have Warp Tour. This episode has a great story and is actually pretty important to the series. So, Steven is sneezing and sees outside of, what do you call it, that like the thing that they travel in, and sees something. The gems don't believe him, but he knows he saw something. Well, he winds up being right after getting in fights with Pearl, and he does see something, and it's Peridot. This is the first episode to star Peridot, and yeah, I really do like this one. Peridot is a great villain. At number 9, I have Keystone Motel. A lot of people wanted this one, and, well, they got it, and it did turn out to be pretty good. So in this episode, Steven's dad, Greg, gets some tickets to go to a motel. Not tickets, but like to visit somebody. And, well, Garnet wants to come too, but she gets mad and unfuses because of what happened with Pearl in the last episode, Cry for Help. Now, they are all mad at each other, and Steven is having a horrible time because of that. He wanted to have a good time, and they ruined it for him. So, as you can see in the picture, they get pretty disappointed in themselves, and eventually they forgive each other, along with a little bit forgiving Pearl. They fuse back together in what is really just a great, heartwarming scene for the show. And, well, on top of that, this episode is very funny. Yeah, I like those interactions that Sapphire and Ruby have with each other, especially Ruby. She's a very funny character. Like when she gets mad and stuff, and what used to be the pool, that part was funny. But yeah, this was a really good episode. At number 8, we have Chill, Tid, or TID, I don't care. But anyways, this is a very important episode where Steven goes home because he needs rest and the other gems don't, but Garnet tells the other gems that they should get rest. Well, Steven goes to sleep and he dreams about Lapis, but it turns out that this might not really be a dream. He might be really communicating with her. And, well, he sees Malachite and he sees Jasper. He sees the struggles that Lapis is going through. And this is a pretty dark episode for the series. You see the emotional things, you see Malachite, you see the big Malachite, you see Lapis fighting for control, which she still has, but barely. She's very close. And the episode does end in a chilling way. This, without a doubt, is the saddest episode of the whole entire show. And the show doesn't really get emotional that much, so it was pretty surprising to see it coming. And it didn't start like that either. This episode started out with Steven, well, he found out that the gems don't age. And then he fears that he tries to give them parties and they don't like it. And he fears that he's too old for that too. Since he's a human, he starts getting older, but he can die and the gems can't. So the gems try to bring him back in some hilarious ways, like this Pearl one, which was just so funny. Yeah, you just have to see it yourself. And yeah, this was just as emotional as any episode has been. And they get Steven back in a very emotional way. Great episode. This is just a fantastic episode all the way through. I really did like this one a lot. At number 6, we have Rose's Scabbard. This is, without a doubt, my favorite Pearl episode. She's my second favorite gem, but this is the episode you want to look at when you want to see a good Pearl episode. This is, without a doubt, the best one. So Rose was the closest with Pearl out of all the gems. And so, yeah, she was the closest, and she wants to know if Lion was related to Rose, but she thinks she's not because Rose told her every secret. The gems say that she has to keep a secret from everybody, but Pearl doesn't believe that because Rose told her everything. And so, when she finally believes it, she gets very depressed and very sad. And, well, we get a very good moment with Steven and Pearl with, like, a montage with music and Steven telling Pearl that, yeah, you really are great. And then you have this montage with music with Pearl holding a flag and all this kind of, like, cute, like, stuff for the show. It really was a beautiful moment. Pearl riding around on the lion and all this stuff. This also is one of the most emotional the show has ever gotten. I haven't seen the show do this. I haven't seen it do it since, but they should do it again, I guess, like a good character episode, because they work. At number 5, we have Lars and the Cool Kids. This, like, besides So Many Birthdays, is the first really good episode in the show. And I mean really good. But yeah, Lars and the Cool Kids is a fantastic episode. And Lars is a dick. We know this. We know that Lars is that kind of person. But Steven actually called him off in what is one of my favorite moments in the whole entire show. Lars is trying to be cool in front of these kids, hence the name, and so Steven goes to talk to them, and Lars is getting embarrassed and stuff. But anyways, Steven talks to them, and, well, he actually has a pretty good time. Lars becomes friends with them. Lars tries to be cool and gets pushed aside as being, like, that kind of person, but he does become friends with them. There was one very emotional scene where Lars said that this is all your fault and because of your weird mom. And, well, Steven went off in the perfect way, and he said, "What do you know about my mom? I didn't even get to know my mom." But he also said that she found beauty in everything, even in stuff like that, like the moss, and even in jerks like Lars. It was just a great moment. At number 4, we have On the Run, yet and another emotional episode. This episode starts off really fun with Steven reading about the No Homeboys, and Amethyst says, "Let's do it. Let's go on the road. Let's be the No Homeboys." It starts off with a fun song, them having a good time. Then Steven says that he wants to go home. Amethyst says that she doesn't and asks Steven if he wants to see where she used to live. And Steven says yes, and he goes there. This is where the episode gets extremely serious. This episode turns into a fun episode and then winds up becoming an emotional fest. Pearl finds them and says, "Why did you bring Steven here? He's not ready." And so they actually have a fight because Amethyst is mad. Then we have a very sad scene where Amethyst said she wasn't asked to be made. And so Pearl has a talk with her, and then it ends with Amethyst giving her a hug, and it was just very heartwarming scene. Great, heartwarming, just good episode. Well, at number 3, you have Rose's Room, and this one, well, is interesting because I don't really hear anybody talk about this one. This is the creepiest episode of the whole show. Whether it comes from the music or just the glitch city itself, this episode is freaking creepy. So this episode starts with Steven wanting alone time, and, well, he activates Rose's room with his gem. He goes inside not thinking of anything and wants to go back to town. He thinks he's back in town, but it's really the room making something, and it's a creepy town where nobody's acting right, and he desperately wants to get out. It is creepy, let me tell you, and that is the best thing about this episode. Why does nobody else talk about it? I'm not sure, but it's very good, and you should definitely check it out. At number 2, we have Mirror Gem / Ocean Gem. This is the first two-parter of the whole series, and the most serious episode at the time. Yeah, this was a very, very serious episode, and great. It had a great story. So Steven doesn't know what school is, lucky, and he wants to go to it. Well, he has this mirror that doesn't work anymore, but he just walks around using it, and it starts talking to him. Well, it is revealed that there is a gem inside this mirror, and, well, it says to let him out. He lets it out, and out comes Lapis. This is the first time we see her, and, well, to be honest, she is one of my favorite gems. She's just corrupted past, and, like, she's just a really good gem. she is very strong, believe it or not, and in these 2 episodes, in Mirror Gem and Ocean Gem, she was, like, they were trying to, like, bring her back and whatnot. Man, this is just handful of episodes, because she took the whole ocean with her, and so they needed to get it back, and she only did this because all she wanted to do was go home this whole time. Well, she succeeded because Steven has healing powers. Her gem was cracked. And so she healed it. And home she goes. She grew her wings and she left. And goodbye she goes. The next episode is the only other two-parter of the series, The Return and Jailbreak. You big Steven Universe fans out there, you probably saw this one coming. But man, this is just, when I first saw it, it was one of the best pieces of animation I have ever seen in my life. I am not exaggerating a bit. This was just an unbelievable episode. So it starts with what they see as a green hand in the sky, and what it turns out to be is the return of Peridot. They try to destroy this thing, and it does literally no effect at all. It's about to come down, and Peridot comes out with a new escort, Jasper, who is even bigger than Garnet. Steven needs to use his shield to protect them, so he has to run back, and he uses his shield in one of my favorite moments of the whole entire series, man. This was just an incredible moment. He uses the shield, and it was awesome. And these 2 episodes actually also have the most action the whole series has ever had in it too, which is another thumbs up, definitely. These 2 episodes really did have a lot of action, and so at the end of the return, Steven gets headbutted by Jasper, who's in the middle right there, and wakes up. There's these yellow things that hurts the other gems, like stabilizer, but Steven can't get affected by it, and that's what the prison wall is made out of. So he breaks through, and so all the other gems are trapped, and he has to rescue it. This is the first time you see Sapphire and Ruby, who are Garnet. They make up Garnet when they fuse. This is the first time you see them, and they have to find each other, and it's really cool. So the ship breaks down, and the best song of the series, called Stronger Than You, they break down, and Jasper makes Lapis, talks to Lapis for her to fuse, and they form this monstrosity. Look at this thing. Look at how big it is. It's the biggest fusion in the whole entire show. And, it would be the strongest, except they are very unstable. And so, because of them being unstable like this, they get locked up like that. And, the gem goes underwater. And that was the top 10 best Steven Universe episode. Like always, remember to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. I might do some more Steven Universe episodes later, because this is just such a fantastic series, and it's getting renewed for a 3rd season, and I am so happy about that. So, I will see you guys later.